My name is Ralph Carmona, and I want to be your next mayor of Portland. Thank you very kindly to all of you who were so kind to share with me your thoughts about Portland, about me, and my ability to win this race. And it really is heartwarming to hear the kinds of thoughts and the people who have shown up today to greet me in terms of announcing my candidacy for mayor. You know, I spent last year talking to people in Portland, listening to them, like the people in this room. And I also got involved in the November elections and listened to Portland voters. And I walked the streets of this great city and talked to political leaders across the political spectrum, from Nicola Wells with the Maine League of Young Voters to the Vice President of the Portland Chamber of Commerce, Chris Hall. And I must tell you that what is so interesting is that you learn a lot, especially from people in education. I had the opportunity, of course, to talk to educational leaders like Dr. Peck and Dr. Minister, Chris, and learn from them. I, as some of you in this room know, put together a Portland's Future course at the Washburn Lifelong Learning Institute. And many of my good Ollie friends are here today. And I learned from them. They think they learned from me, but I learned from them in this whole process of education. And as a person who's rooted in a faith, I got involved with First Parish of Portland, and I'm now like a head usher. I'm learning the ropes there. And I'm a member of that church as well, and there's people like Jeff and others who are here today. And thank you, God bless you for being here. I also joined Ollie students, like Rich Macklin here, who we went out and took weeks of education to become certified Portland history docents. And a lot of this stuff is a consequence of someone who's worked with large institutions and small institutions that impact businesses, people, and communities in Portland. I have to tell you folks that in this journey of mine, my wife, Vanna, and I have been so touched by the love that people have for Portland. And I'm an away person, but most of the people in Portland are from away. And the reality is that we came to Portland, we chose to come here, we're going to be here the rest of our lives, we're not going anywhere, and we want to see a Portland that is on the rise. I'm going to ask you folks a couple questions, and I want you straight up to give me a yes or no answer. As you know, we live in uncertain times. There's concerns about jobs and employment, especially for our young people. And we're facing increasing Portland property taxes. Is that acceptable to you? Yes or no?
No. No.
Yes or no?
No.
Do you want something better?
Oh, yes.
Would you like to have a Portland that is on the rise?
Yes.
The message is clear. You want a Portland on the rise, and you want a mayor who will lead you down that path. And that is the theme of the Carmona for Mayor campaign. And I want to tell you that it also means that on November 8th, you want to elect a mayor that is going to put Portland on the rise. It means that you want a mayor who's experienced, who can work well with people on the issues that unify us and that are of concern to the city. It means you want a mayor who will engender and foster economic growth, who's going to promote quality of life issues, and a mayor that for certain listens and gets things done.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Now, we all want to see a city that continues to grow through small business-driven expertise. We all want to continue to see a city that will build on the original ideas that are Portland's and the efficient services. We all want to see a city where we have this beautiful culture called Portland and an education that can build on that. We all certainly want to see a city that expands the incredible reputation of Portland as the premier art and food city, correct?
Yes. Yes.
And I know that I can get Portland to realize those kinds of possibilities, and I, as mayor, can tap on that vitality that is awaiting to rise in Portland. Now, Mayor Gilbert and I have had these conversations about some very critical issues that are going to impact urban cities like Lewiston and Portland into the future. Now, what are those issues? Well, if you look around this room, you see people who have played great leadership roles, and they're young, like my friend Jose Joey Lopez, who is the state director for the Maine League of United Latin American Citizens, LULAC. He's a young guy, believe it or not. Where's James Roman? There's James right behind. He's the treasurer for the Democratic City Committee. I'm trying to think around some of those younger folks over here. Over here we have Andy Sawyer here, and these people are concerned about a Portland jobless future, and the people, the leaders I talk with in economic, or in business rather, in environmental, and in civic affairs, all see a fragmented governing structure, and they. When they talk to people in that governing structure, they get gibberish. They don't get a response. What they'd like to see is a mayor who is, in the words of the great historian Arthur Schlesinger, is like a commander at sea. A mayor who has a helm to grasp, a course to steer, and a port to seek. And I believe that Portland can be on the rise, and I can steer her to the proper port. Now, from now until November 8th, I'm going to be talking to Portland voters, and I'm going to be addressing three very critical concerns. First concern, it should be obvious to everyone in this room: wages, jobs, revenues. I'm going to leverage off the critical Portland assets to increase wages, provide more jobs, increase revenue, and avoid property tax increases. One classic example is the support for the Thompson Point project. That's 455 jobs and $26 million in revenue. I was the only unelected candidate for this office to do that. Now, my good friend Joan was very critical of the process. It's messy and it was ugly. And Joni, I agree with you wherever you are. I agree with you 100%. She's absolutely right. But my pledge to Joni and to you is that as mayor, I will shepherd that kind of program, nurture it with all the integrity that I can muster going forward. Second concern is quality of life. There's a young woman who told me that Portland is a joyful city. And she's right. A joyful city is a successful city. And Forbes magazine agrees with her when they rated Portland as America's most livable city. And as mayor, I will elevate that excellence for a Portland that is on the rise. And I will tell you that part of that requires the pledge that we make the most critical investment that we can, and that is in the human capital in Portland. Education, health, and welfare is very, very significant in that regard. This also includes our physical capital, which involves investments in transportation, walkable neighborhoods, and a greener infrastructure. And you know, it also means that we have to be concerned about maintaining our level of safety. We have a chief that's just announced he's leaving us, and we need to maintain that level of safety that's higher than the rest of Maine. And to make creative the increasing diversity that we faced here in Portland. And of course, to make cleaner our cities, and market Portland as a welcoming place to come. Third concern, the need for a mayor who is open, responsive, and makes good decisions. And as mayor, I'm going to need your ideas, your reviews, your challenges, so that we together can make Portland a better place. I'm going to be a mayor who's viscerally grounded in the reality that Portland is the economic engine of Maine. And I will be your chief lobbyist in Augusta and in Washington, D.C., and believe me, I know how to do that. I believe in e pluribus unum. In many, we are one. With the right leadership, we can come together in an open and fiscally responsible way and get Portland on the rise by steering her to the right harbor. Mayoral leadership, as many of you know, is not a straight line. It's like a Portland trail. The Portland trails, like our neighborhood associations, link people with places. And as a people on the rise, we will make what is good today into a leading lighthouse for America's urban future. So what does Portland need? First, increased economic and sustainable growth. Second, enhanced quality of life. Third, open and responsive leadership. I will work around the clock to take the time to learn and to listen to you, to do what is right and to learn from my mistakes. My name is Ralph Carmona, and I am asking you to vote for me on November 8th. Good day, good luck, thank you for being here. Let us together put Portland on the rise.